For more than 4,500 years, the pyramids of Egypt have stood in complete silence. Kings disappeared, empires collapsed, entire civilizations faded into history. Yet these enormous stone monuments remain, challenging every generation that tries to understand them. And here's the strange part. Despite satellites, AI, laser scanners, and decades of archaeological research, scientists still can't explain everything about ancient Egypt. In fact, every new discovery seems to create even bigger questions. Take the Great Pyramid of Giza. It was built using more than 2 million limestone and granite blocks. Some of them weigh over 70 tons. Even today, moving stones that heavy requires advanced machinery. Yet the ancient Egyptians accomplished it more than 4,500 years ago. Researchers believe they used wooden sleds, carefully designed ramps, and wet sand to reduce friction. Experiments suggest these methods could work, but no single theory explains every detail of the pyramid's construction. And that's only the first mystery. Inside the Great Pyramid are narrow shafts aimed toward specific stars. Some archaeologists believe they symbolize the pharaoh's journey into the afterlife. Others think they had a practical purpose during construction. The truth is, no one knows. The builders never left behind an instruction manual, only stone. Then there's the Great Sphinx. Carved from a single block of limestone, it has watched over the Giza Plateau for thousands of years. Most historians believe it was built during Pharaoh Khafre's reign around 2500 BC. But not everyone agrees. Some geologists argue that parts of the Sphinx show erosion caused by heavy rainfall, weather that existed in Egypt thousands of years before Khafre lived. If that's true, could the monument be older than we think? Scientists are still debating the evidence, and the mystery continues. But perhaps the biggest puzzle isn't what they built, it's how they built it. The Egyptians shaped incredibly hard granite using mostly copper tools, stone hammers, and abrasive sand. Yet many surfaces are astonishingly smooth and perfectly aligned. Modern researchers believe their success came from patience, skill, and generations of experience rather than lost advanced technology. Even so, many construction techniques remain uncertain. Then came one discovery that changed history forever. For nearly 1,400 years, nobody could read Egyptian hieroglyphics. Their language had completely disappeared. Everything changed in 1799 when the Rosetta Stone was discovered. Because the same message appeared in Greek and Egyptian writing, scholars finally unlocked the language of the pharaohs. Suddenly, temples began telling their stories again. But thousands of inscriptions remained damaged or incomplete, leaving countless secrets permanently lost. Perhaps the greatest mystery lies inside the tombs themselves. The Egyptians filled them with food, jewelry, furniture, boats, and treasures. They carefully preserved bodies through mummification because they believed death was not the end. It was the beginning of another journey. Modern science understands how mummification worked. Researchers have identified the oils, resins, and natural salts used to preserve the body, but science still cannot fully explain the beliefs that inspired an entire civilization to dedicate centuries to preparing for an afterlife they could never prove existed. And maybe that's the real mystery. Not the pyramids, not the hidden chambers, not the Sphinx, but the people themselves. Their knowledge, their beliefs, and the ideas that allowed one civilization to build monuments so extraordinary that thousands of years later, the modern world is still searching for answers. Perhaps the greatest mystery of ancient Egypt isn't buried beneath the desert. It's the knowledge that disappeared with the people who built one of history's greatest civilizations, leaving behind only stone, silence, and questions that refuse to die.